Wall Street Pete, sick dough in crypto. Want to learn how to make sick dough in crypto every day? We talk about this crypto news. Israel war and gas prices this morning, a little bit outside of the crypto. We're going to get into that. We're going to talk about the S&P 500, a little bit about Bitcoin, and a little bit about Ethereum this morning. And also, let's not forget about the FTX trial. So if you're excited for that, hit that like and subscribe. Wall Street Pete keeping you up to date once again. All-time high subscribers, we thank you so much. We could not do this without your like, without your comment, without your support. Hit that bell all notification, baby. It is Tuesday. National debt seems to be at 33 trillion and a half. We've finally smacked that number. Thanks to our government here spending like it is Christmas weekend coming up. This is not a joke, ladies and gentlemen. This is getting pretty scary, and this is just a recipe for a huge disaster, a debt crisis, and this Bitcoin thing to really take off on this next quarter coming up in 2024. I really do feel that this is happening. It's just a recipe for disaster. We talked about the Black Swan yesterday, and today we'll talk about the Israel at war. It's pretty scary. Israel gives a peace to the Hamas, if I call that correctly. And what do? They take over that land that they gave them for peace. And what do? They turn it into a bombing tunnel. So this is what's going on. Oil prices to spike. Here's what drivers in the U.S. need to know. Hopefully for the U.S., it jumped more than 3% after the Palestinian militants launched a surprise attack on Israel last weekend. However, both Gaza and Israel produce small amounts of oil, so the overall effect on prices is likely to remain limited. So we do hope that this is the occurrence. Gary, good morning to you. I'm very happy to see you in the super chat. Thank you for the comment and letting me know you are here. American drivers have yet to see effects from the conflict reflected at the gas station level. So we'll hope that may remain so we can drive around. What does concern me, though, is the price and the Black Swan and all the events and everything that could be happening. I think, ladies and gentlemen, we could be seeing a big price fall before we get the rest of this October to jump up. But currently, right now, I do see 11, very bullish 24 to the 16. So we do have a solid 40%, and then another 33% out of the game here. So they're neutral. So looking at 40% bullish, it's kind of concerning me. We could get a short squeeze. What is a short squeeze? Well, 28% is very bearish. So it's very one-sided, as you can see. A lot more are long or perhaps in the neutral. So pay attention to that currently right now in the cryptocurrency market, long for shorts. The way to get a short squeeze here is the price to constantly go down. And if you are leveraging long, well, you're going to get your ace kicked. So be careful with that coming in. And today, the trial FTX, what to expect when Carol Ellison takes stand in the Sam Bankman-Fried's trial. Well, let's be glad, one, that there are no offspring involved in this. This is no joke. This is a dead serious thing because the world is getting difficult enough with the scum that is on Earth. But we do have some good people here, so we can't just be all negative. But today she's going to probably rip him apart. This is all part of a plea deal, so I can only imagine if the first 1, 2, and 3 days did not go so well for Mr. Sam Bankman-Fried, I can only imagine the ex who knows every little detail about this gentleman. It's going to get pretty ugly today. So we'll keep you up to date with that. We don't have any facts or anything going that forward as far as now, but we will find that to be pretty interesting as the trial of Sam Bankman-Fried enters his second week. Here it is. His lawyers are seeking to question FTX co-founder Gary Wang, and this is what we do know about his reliance on legal advice regarding loans from Alameda Research. And in legal filing made late Monday night, Bankman-Fried's defense team requested permission from the judge to explore Wang's understanding of these loans. And he made it pretty clear, which were used to venture investments and personal expenses, including purchasing a house in the Bahamas. So the more and more we go over, we give you the detailed information. This is pretty scary. It doesn't seem like Mr. Sam Bankman-Fried did this without knowingly. So he's saying he didn't know. And it's pretty scary. And of course, what do we have? One of our big competitors, Amazon in the world, and not a competitor, just leading the competitors. Those prices are not inflicting on the inflation, as that might have been a sentence to say. There's something going on, and Biden doesn't like that they are sitting here giving out discounts as the rest of the money is going up for everything else, and they are battling here. So Amazon, something to pay attention, something to look into. It may not be part of what we're covering today or what you want to hear about today, but that's pretty exciting to me because Something is happening. It's like he wants us to fail. I really don't know. I mean, that's obviously my opinion there. But here we go into 1.07 trillion market cap. Please hit the like button. Please comment. Let me know you're watching. Most of all, that like button is very important. So smash that like button. 27,400 Bitcoin. Ethereum is at 1575. And lots to talk about in the charts this morning. So if you're paying attention, definitely mention what is happening here. We can get rid of this old ascending channel that we loved so much for the beginning of the year of 2023. It was beautiful. We had all 2023. We're still up in the green. If you pay attention, definitely to mention for the year of 2023. Excuse me, I went way too far back. But 2023, can agree, here it is with the finger. We've been doing nothing but going up, right? We did change that trend, and obviously the trend is to the downside currently right now. So we're talking about Ethereum. I'm going to break down Bitcoin and how I think 21,800 or somewhere in that range. I got to double check the charts. Don't be surprised. There is a chance. There is a small chance that we can continue to see this downside. And as you see what's going on right here, the trend is your friend till the end. And I feel like Chucky should be saying that. My 80s friends and my 90s babies here. But coming in, this is where I think we could see some big trouble, some cheaper prices. Trouble if you are longing. Excited if you are paying attention to dollar cost average in or buy the dip or take a sip. So as you can see here, we do have a couple prices coming in, 1,400. If we do start breaking that area, we are in deep doo-doo, and I do expect the 1,200 Ethereum as long as we can break here. 1416, so that's the price for Ethereum. 1416, that starts breaking. A daily finish candle does break through here. That's what's next. So pay attention to that is 1,200, and I don't really want this to happen, but 1,200 could be the buyback price before we get a lift off for the month of October. So I'm paying attention to Bitcoin, and of course this happened. Beautiful. Can't even use the chart no more, but I have a couple little scenarios. I'm not going to do much here, but you can see on the bottom, this is where we were oversold. We really were oversold in September. You can see we didn't get a huge move, but we did get up like momentums here, a little bit of a rally. But the resistance came in, double top formation. This is a daily, and I want you to see what could happen now. As you can see, this is the range we've been trading in. It's a pretty tough range. Fibonacci sequences involved. I have a 50% pullback all the way from January. This is when we started this trend to the rally. The fun part is here. A lot of people left the channel. I'm sorry to hear that, but remember, January 2023, we're still in the green. So watch that for the monthly. Now I'm paying attention to the Fibonacci sequence, 50% pullback from the January coming all the way to the top and down. That's where we're at the 38.2. So we're at 25.1 right now. Until that is broken, we're not going any lower. But what I think may happen is we're going to test the 24,700. If we do test that, ladies and gentlemen, and finish a daily candle below there and don't bounce, we will ultimately see 23,500. And I think that's when we're golden. This could be the worst case scenario of 21.8, but I do believe, ladies and gentlemen, if we are getting this bearish downward momentum, I do believe, and I don't know, that's right, it's not working. The price here is 23,500. So pay attention to this. This is very important. This is financial advice. Just a gentleman twice as nice. But as I tell you, oh yeah, that's right, it's not working there. As I tell you to pay attention to it, it's really, really important there because I do see what's happening. We've been correct before. Obviously, we've been wrong before, but I really do like this chart. I really do like the scenario, what's playing out here. I want to get rid of the Fibonacci sequence a little bit so we can maybe clean this up because there's a lot of crap here. A lot of stuff. But you can see the trend we've been trading in. What's happening? Bitcoin dominance now. Bitcoin dominance is raising. So we're going to get a spike. And this is what I'm trying to tell people. When this thing starts moving, it's not going to stop. A lot of people don't see it or don't believe it, but we're going to do the Bitcoin dominance. We're going to head out of here. We're going to do a 10-minute video for you. Relative strength index we know about. We've had Bitcoin dominance. Now, really quick, let's get that up there. Bitcoin dominance. Here it is. So look at the Bitcoin dominance. Looking pretty good. As you can see, we are definitely trending in the right direction. Anything above the 50 is beautiful. We're at 51.4. So it's not really reflecting off the price exactly. As you know, we are coming down, but these are, and the more and more I see the Bitcoin dominance coming up, the more and more I think that these type of things may not happen. So understand that they can. These are the levels I'm preparing you for, but I do think we should stay in this trading zone. I'm pretty excited. So my name is Wall Street Pete, sick dough in crypto. Pay attention to the 25,000 and a half. That is the price that we must maintain. I'm going to keep it green. Here are the levels. Once we start breaking below 24.7, we are going to find ourselves in that 21.8 area, somewhere where we could be in deep trouble. But if somehow this dominance is taking over and this Bitcoin price keeps moving the way we think we can, we will be testing 30,000. And if we do, we could finish the fourth quarter at 40,000. I know that sounds insane, but it is a possibility. Now, with the S&P saving that for the last, as we're getting ready to go here, we do have the double top here for the S&P. This is a daily chart here. Each candle represents 1 day. As you can see, same sort of thing. Coming in from January, this yellow area, we've been doing nothing but moving to the upside. You can tell that the all-time high was at the 48 here at the top of this trend, of this leg to the downside. We did try to flip the trend here. We did not break above the trend, which is this resistance of the 4,600, 4,580 range for the S&P. But notice the trend is coming back to the downside. So understand what is going on with that, as you got to sometimes, talk to yourself, pay attention to yourself without sounding crazy. But if we do not find support at the 3,800, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. So there is support coming here. I do see it coming in at the 4,000, 4,100 level. But once we start seeing these double M's here, we're getting a correction coming all the way through. This bottom trend here could either finish to the 3,800 or the 35. People are going to go crazy. Traditional market's going to be awful looking if this does occur. So look at the big picture here coming in for the monthly. We're going to go real quick to Bitcoin and back. You can see what's happening. We are having 2 down months. It's not really looking too good. We are getting some support resistance flipping, but this is definitely a bearish area. Not too comfortable with that. And then, like I said, go back to Bitcoin on the monthly as well. Let's take a peek before we leave. And Bitcoin is in the green for the next 2. So we're hoping that this is just a little bit of a FUD. Maybe we turn this red. We do see some volatility to the downside. These are the 2 levels I'm hoping we do not cross below. This will keep us safe for the Bitcoin price. I do believe we'll get a huge bounce if we can continue to hold those prices. But ultimately, once we start breaking these prices, prepare yourself for some hell. So that's pretty much what the video is about. Otherwise, the opposite scenario, once we start breaking or finishing a daily candle above the 30,500, like I said, we're going to find ourselves in these trading ranges. I can't speak there. Pretty excited for that. So my name is Wall Street Pete, sick dough in crypto. Used to work on the New York Mercantile Exchange trading floor before everything went digital. Imagine screaming and yelling with a phone in your hand. Yeah, buy 2, sell 3, sell 400, buy 400. My client wants, gas before this war kicks off. And it used to get crazy. Think about the times that we're in right now. These things happened. And things didn't stop happening. In Israel, they were saying, it didn't matter if it was limited. It didn't matter if it didn't affect. It affected. People were in the ring screaming and yelling 10 times crazier because of what was happening over in Israel. And you believe it or not, it's going to change something. It's going to reflect. You'll see it sooner or later. I'm confident. Maybe we don't see a significant change, but they will make sure that we pay. I promise you that one. My name is Wall Street Pete. Please, if you don't mind, hit the like button, hit the comment. Let us know what asset would you like us to go over. We talk about the charts all the time. It is October 10th. We're already 1/3 of the month into October. Wow. Time's flying. Have a wonderful day. Be safe. Be careful out there. It's a rough one, especially if you live in the U.S. You already know what I'm talking about. Love you guys. Peace in and peace out.